I first want to thank you guys for having me, and I just want to talk a little bit about myself and my experience. So, my name is Sebastian Sage, and when I was 10 or 11, I was hit by a car on Taxter Road, and it took around 1.5 years to fully recover. And I've not been the first one to be hit by a car. People have died, and it's been like kids, middle-aged people, old people, all sorts of people, and it's a super dangerous area. Many kids live there, and I think it's crucial to have a sidewalk installed because there are many blind spots, and at night it's like impossible to see. Because there's so many kids there, it's difficult for kids to like have a normal life of a child. For example, I can't ride a bike in my area because it's so dangerous, and a bunch of other kids can't either. And I want to make sure that what happened to me doesn't happen to other people. And I think kids should be able to be kids and not have to worry about this stuff growing up. So I think getting a sidewalk installed on Taxter Road is a first step and a big step to making the neighborhood a safer place where people can enjoy themselves more while not having to worry about the dangers of cars. And
Thank you.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're doing okay now?
And I just want to mention that on today's agenda, we're going to be approving bonds, and the bonds that we approve include funding for the sidewalk on Taxter Road. So I'm really thrilled that you took the time out of your schedule to join us today, because when you wrote to me a couple months ago, I think that it's really important for people to see that when we say we're building sidewalks and spending money, that there's a real need, and your story, highlights the importance of continuing to make Greenburgh more pedestrian friendly. I know that I did speak to the Commissioner of Planning today and yesterday, Garrett DeCane, and I know they're currently designing the sidewalk on Taxter. So the goal would be to either, sometimes it takes a little longer to build than you anticipate, but we're hoping that the construction could be towards the end of next year. But if we can't get it towards the end of next year, it would definitely be the following year. But the funding is in place, and we're going to really work very, very hard to see if we could make it happen, next year. And, we'll invite you to cut the ribbon. Because, I think this is really, what you did is you really sent a powerful message that what we're doing about sidewalks and pedestrian safety is really, worthwhile. So thank you so much for attending this meeting.
Yeah.
And thank you for being so brave and sharing your story.
Right.
I mean, that is really helpful. I mean, it's not easy just to share something tragic that has happened to you, but thank you for taking the lead and to make sure that safety, that you are taking that initiative to make sure that your area where you live is safe, and just being brave. I just want to say thank you for that.
Yeah, I'm on that road a lot, and I totally understand what you're talking about. It's twisty, it's narrow lanes, it's really hard to be a pedestrian, or there's parks off of that road that people go on. And so it is definitely a place where sidewalks are needed, and there are a lot of young families and kids that live in the area, so we're going to do everything we can.
Right, and again, Garrett's working on it, and Rich Fahn's working on it, and we'll now show them this video, and hopefully they'll work really overtime to make sure it happens sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's important to realize, we may say it's going to be done the end of next year. There's a significant amount of engineering that goes into putting in a safe sidewalk. It's easy to throw down some macadam, but that's not going to make it safe. And so, we just did Juniper Hill Road, and the amount of engineering that was needed there, where curves actually had to be straightened. And if it comes to that, to make it safe on Taxter, obviously that's going to be something that we have to address. We're committed to doing it. It's just, I don't want you to say at the end of next year, but you promised.
Right.
Because we can't, because we have to actually see what's underground, what utilities are underground, what can be moved, what would require a potential taking of property from there in order to make it safe. But all of that's in the works now, and it's just a delight that you came up. As tragic as your story is, for you to get up and tell that will help so many other people maybe to do the same on their roads. So thank you so much.
And we've done,
Thank you.
I think, about 12 miles of new sidewalks in the past 6 or 7 years. Next year, we're also going to be, if you go outside the building, you can see Hillside Avenue, that sidewalk's almost complete. As Francis said, we did Juniper Hill this year. We're going to be doing Dobbs Ferry Road next year, and Taxter, hopefully. And then the big one is West Hartsdale Avenue, from Central Avenue all the way to the library. And the county may continue it to the community college on Knollwood Road. So people will be able to walk from the Hartsdale train station to the community college. And then we're also looking at a new sidewalk on Old Army Road in Edgemont, and another major sidewalk, which I think is going to be really exciting, is Fort Hill Road from Underhill to Longview, because that's an area that if we could create a sidewalk there, it will open up, make it so much easier for pedestrians to go to the bus stops, to go to school safely. So that's a priority. And Garrett DeCane's been working like overtime, weekends, holidays, night times, trying to get a path from the Mario Cuomo Bridge to the South and North County Trail, so people will be able to bike or walk from the Bronx all the way to Rockland, and also
No idea.
Why is
Oh, it's
that?
part of the safe.
Garrett DeCane.
Part of the
I
safe.
didn't understand why he
That's
was,
a
I
great-
thought that was a county project.
No,
That's why I
no,
was
we're
a little.
working on, we're working on getting a grant, and from the North County Trail,
It's actually now the Westchester County Trail named for,
Andrew
For
Road.
Andrew O'Rourke, right.
right.
Both the north and south
Combined,
county trails.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up, just really quickly, I just want to let you know, our staff is always listening, our commissioners, just to make sure that if there's anything that they need to do before we contact them. And so Commissioner Fawn just text Francis, Commissioner, what's your name? Councilman, yes, Councilman Sheehan. Excuse me for that, but Councilman Sheehan, that there's a survey that's being completed now. So we're on the process of looking at that. So this is in the works. So I just wanted to relay that to you.